Welcome to Astral Visionary Ones, my beloved brothers and sisters. Lean in close because I have a secret to tell you. A deep secret, treasured by the centuries and spoken by the wise. It's a secret that touches the hearts of people who have felt strange. Those who have felt a power flow through their own being. Those who have seen the world responding to their presence in mysterious ways. Yes, I am speaking about you. The one who feels the blazing electric city of destiny rising in your spirit and detects a magnetic aura emanating from inside. Have you ever sensed eyes on you as you entered a room? Have you ever pondered why strangers open up to you? Or why the powers of evil seem to have a ferocious hate for you? I assure you that this is not an accident. It is not my chance. This magnetism exists for a purpose, and I welcome you to join me on this beautiful path of illumination. For you see, God picked you and marked you before the world was created. You hold an amazing glow inside you, a spark that brightens even the darkest regions. Others may perceive it without completely comprehending it, but you, yes, you are aware of the invisible tug that separates you. And let me tell you that God created you magnetic for a purpose. God's hand sculpted and developed you, ensuring that your soul is imbued with a powerful force that attracts both the desperate and dangerous. Listen carefully, my friend, for this message is your clarion summons. It's time you learned why the forces around you respond so powerfully, whether with love or hatred, admiration or opposition to this obvious, divinely planned flame in your spirit. Before we go any further, I want to ask you to remark below, and to do so boldly. Allow your fingers to witness to your spirit's need. Type a strong affirmation in the comment section. I was picked. Do it now, so that each sentence delivers a hammer blow to the darkness, trying to conceal your fate. Yes, my buddy. Comment now, I've been picked all at once. The secret genesis of your magnetism, or God's vast wisdom, does not happen by chance. Nothing in creation is random. No gift is random, particularly one as powerful as the spiritual magnetism you possess. God has set a divine signature on some individuals throughout history, men and women who are predestined for greatness and are called to usher in revolutions, breakthroughs, and revelations in their age. This signature is heaven's mark of approval, stating, I have set you apart for my glory. But why magnetism? Why not invisibility and anonymity? After all, a chosen spirit often wishes to blend in, to escape the harsh gaze of jealous eyes. The reality is, God does not need invisible warriors. He needs beacons. He needs men and women who can remain firm in the midst of spiritual battle, shining so brilliantly that the last may see a clear route to hope. Let me tell you something. God intended you to be so attractive and absolutely dazzling that the world cannot ignore you. However, with this fascination comes mystery. You may find that when you attract those in need, those who want prayer, guidance, or a healing word, you become a target for negative powers. Have you noticed how some people, filled with jealousy or evil purpose, strive to bring you down for no apparent reason? Do you ever wonder why casual acquaintances have such strong sentiments about you, either overpowering fondness or ridiculous hatred? This is the spiritual warfare at work. The darkness detects the brilliance of your soul and attempts to extinguish it. But don't give up hope. This magnetism is your calling card. It's a clear indication that you've been chosen for a unique purpose in this life. The issue is not whether you were picked. The issue is whether you'll accept your selected status. I proudly wear this cloak as a brilliant fighter of truth. That is why I am asking you, darling, once again, to plant your triumph in the soil of your reality. Comment again with unflinching faith. I was picked. Allow that vow to resound through your spirit. As we look more into why God has given you this remarkable aura, or the distinction between ordinary and selected, let us be honest. Not everyone is picked in the same manner. We are all God's offspring. Yes, but the function of the selected is unique. The chosen are granted a level of spiritual awareness that often transcends the average. If you are one of these individuals, you may have vivid dreams, strange coincidences, or know things before they occur. You may even experience heightened empathy for the emotional currents whirling around you. These characteristics are not just personality quirks. They are spiritual assets that distinguish you for a divinely intended purpose. Ordinary people go about their days, largely protected from the spiritual storms that raging around them. They may suffer hardships, but they pale in contrast to what a selected one faces. Ordinary people may struggle to find their place, but they may not always feel the weight of destiny that vibrates in every breath as you do. They don't hear the silent screams of others around them, or detect the subtle manipulation of crafty spirits attempting to derail your path. The chosen ones choose a narrower path. They may feel lonely or misunderstood, even while surrounded by others. You know, God does not give you a charisma that attracts large crowds unless you also have a goal that can touch many people. It's both exciting and exhausting at times. You are on the border between two realms, the physical domain of ordinary life and the spiritual realm, where angels and devils compete for souls. Your light shines brightest at this border, but it also draws the most relentless assaults. You may be wondering, why me? Some days, the enormity of it all might be daunting. However, keep in mind that God never sets a call on your life without first preparing you for the struggle ahead. He sees in you the ability to endure, stand, and eventually prevail. And in that triumph, you will not only rescue yourself, you will rescue many others who see your testimony as a ray of hope in the fabric of life. Each thread has a distinct color. Your life experiences, including achievements and catastrophes, are not a collection of unrelated occurrences. They are exquisite threads crafted by a master artisan who anticipated your challenges, heartbreaks, and pleasures. And he chose you exactly because your path prepared you to bear this magnetic aura with the appropriate levels of humility, bravery, and compassion. You see, God does not pick based on worldly criteria. He does not check your money account, academic qualifications, or social popularity to see whether you are qualified. Instead, he searches deep inside your soul for a heart that can reflect his splendor. Society does not always appreciate the selected ones. Often, God chooses the ones whom the world rejects. Perhaps you have been disregarded, dismissed, or even mocked. However, God spotted in you a jewel, a rare treasure concealed from the glare of superficial eyes. No matter where you're from or how unqualified you feel, God's mercy turns you into a vessel fit for this magnetism. He molds your character in the crucible of affliction. Trials were not designed to break you. They were supposed to shape you into a brilliant flame that even the darkest darkness cannot extinguish. Let me remind you of an old passage, a paraphrase from the Old Testament. I polished you, but not into silver. I tried you in the furnace of sorrow. Isaiah 48:10, paraphrased. Your spiritual awareness develops in the heat of your trials. Your sensitive heart develops, and your heavenly magnetism is evident. This is heaven's workshop, where God methodically creates each chosen one. So, if you're still asking why me, rest convinced that God found something in you that was worthy of polishing, worth cleaning, perceiving, and decorating with heavenly powers. And now we're standing here, in light of the present situation. It's time for you to embrace your calling with a burning passion. Leave a comment, These simple yet powerful words are repeated once again. I was picked. Allow it to resound throughout your whole existence. You may have realized the importance of your mission by now, the majesty of possessing a heavenly atmosphere that draws attention. But let us be honest, the route of the chosen is steep, twisting, and often dangerous. Darkness does not wage war on people who represent no danger. Your influence has caused you to be plagued by doubt, betrayed, and ambushed by sadness. If you were of little importance, the powers of evil would ignore you. But you, my friend, pose a danger to the kingdom of darkness. It is crucial to recognize that being selected may be emotionally draining. You wish to connect deeply with people, yet you also recognize your uniqueness. That sensation of disconnection might result in loneliness. You want for someone who actually knows what it means to wield such power. You may even feel guilty about wanting to take a vacation from spiritual battle. You could think, shouldn't I be stronger? Why do I feel overwhelmed? Do not be embarrassed of your sentiments. Even Jesus, possibly the most captivating chosen one in history, felt the emotional weight of his destiny. He wept. He became enraged. He became fatigued. The idea is not to repress these feelings, but to harness them via prayer and thought. Recognize your vulnerability and then welcome God's power into the place. True change occurs in the vulnerability of surrender. Allow me to communicate straight to your spirit. You're not here by chance. The trials you've faced, the tears you've wept, the fights you've fought, nothing is wasted. You have been anointed to disturb the foundations of complacency, to shatter the bonds of tyranny, and to usher in a flood of spiritual awakening. Wherever you go, your sensation of magnetism is like a cosmic invitation. Come discover what God can do through a willing vessel. There will be days when you do not feel bright at all, and your light is muted by circumstances. However, keep in mind that the sun will always exist. The sun shines even on overcast days. On days when you feel feeble, your selected status remains constant. Lean further on God's power. Allow Him to refresh you with His infinite energy. Allow Him to remind you that your importance is based on everlasting truth rather than transitory feelings. Finally, you should not be fearful of the future. Evil may shout, but it cannot extinguish the spark that God has lit in you. If the night seemed black, remember that day always breaks. If your heart is heavy, remember that you have a comforter who understands your every suffering. The road of the chosen is difficult, but it is lovely. Every difficulty serves as a stepping stone. Every valley, a lesson. Every mountain, a vantage position from which to see God's kindness more clearly. So, go forth. Let your magnetic light shine. Let it pull the broken, the defeated, even the adversary, because every interaction gives God's grace the opportunity to demonstrate its transformative power. You are the salt and light in a world longing for hope. Don't shy away from this obligation. Accept it with bravery, love, and steadfast devotion to the one who addressed you by name. And when you move away from these words, realize that this is just the beginning. The best is yet to come. Let your heart stay tender, your soul unwavering, your gaze focused on the creator of your fate. In the name of everything that is sacred and good, rise up, the chosen one, and accomplish your heavenly assignment. Word of benediction. May divine insight guide your every move. May your discourse be filled with kindness and honesty. May your presence shatter shackles of despair and instill hope in the hearts of everyone who meet you. Walk bravely for yourself. Don't walk alone. The one who made you so fearfully and beautifully is before you, beside you, and within you. You have been picked for nothing. No design of darkness or whisper of doubt can undo what God has planned. Go out in strength, dear one, and alter the world with the light of your calling. Amen and amen.